Good morning to you, newly awakened. I give you nothing but the truth, revolution compilations. You can break down each and every statement, get your vibe on to it. As we change our situation, slow motion through the city streets, living my imagination. Everything I ever dreamed of, I can make. If I ruled the world like Nas, let me paint. The strokes of my brush on this canvas look amazing, all black, everything like reverse segregation. I don't want it, can't buy, we ain't making, you was here first.
What's going on, y'all? You used to be able to tell the people whatever the fuck you wanted to tell them on the news, from the so-called hood ghetto environments. It's been a tool used against us. Around the world, we're looked at as villains. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, we don't take some blame in that, you know, as far as music goes or what have you. But the thing about it is it gets spun into that. You know, people do make, you know, fucked up music, but there's also conscious music out there. Nothing positive about us hardly ever makes the news. It's not broadcasted, and that's universal. You could go from sports to politics to entertainment. They use it to vilify us, just to everyday life. You know what I mean? Like, some people may see me out in the world and, you know, fear me or prejudge me based off the media. So what we about to, you know what I mean? We about to talk about new media. We don't need their bullshit no more. Nobody's jacking that shit. Nobody's really tuned in like that. You know what I mean? You can't even have a intellectual conversation with somebody quoting people from Fox News. Everybody knows it to be a joke. You know what I'm saying? Our people been getting lynched in the news since I can remember. So I know it had to be before that. We've been getting lynched in it. And now we have the new media. And people are not just jacking everything. For every media outlet they got, you got one online that's, because it's 10 times that universal. You know, they tried to give us a movie, what's the shit called? Exodus, Gods and Kings, and then there was another one. I forgot the names of it, but they basically put all white faces on Egyptian gods, Egyptian kings and queens. They put all white faces on it. Nobody was jacking that shit. They got banned in certain countries. You know what I mean? They came out with a movie, and this is the most vile shit. They came out with a movie which is supposed to be a comedy about killing another country's president, or whatever you want to call them. Y'all like to call them dictators or whatever, but that's their president. What the fuck would you be making a movie about killing him for? But thanks to the new media, thanks to the new outlets, everybody spoke out about it. Twitter, Facebook, Insta, all these things are more powerful than a news channel. We got YouTube stations that are more powerful. They might not have the money backing, they might not have the world, well, they do have worldwide exposure through the internet, so that's not even that. But they might not have the dollars that these huge companies have. But there's a changing of the guard happening. You can't just sell people anything.
48 high-ranking officials in the Gangster Disciples gang have been indicted in Atlanta and Tennessee after a 2-year investigation called Operation 38 Special was initiated in Tennessee by the FBI. The charges were filed in federal court in each state, citing drug trafficking, robbery, carjacking, extortion, and wire fraud among the charges. District Attorney General Amy Wyrick said she hopes the indictments will send a message to lower-level gang members who may be looking to move up in rank now that so many leaders have been taken out of the mix. In recent years, the crime rate has begun to decline in Atlanta. Between 2001 and 2009, the crime rate in Atlanta dropped by 40%, according to the FBI. Homicide fell 57%. Rape was down 72%. Violent crime overall was down 55%. Atlanta's public safety improvement between 2001 and 2009 occurred at more than twice the rate of the rest of the country. Crime is down across the country, but Atlanta's improvement has far surpassed the national trend. Tennessee crime has held steady since 2010. The Gangster Disciples were started by Larry Hoover and David Barksdale when they united the high supreme gangsters and the black disciples in the late 60s. Hoover maintains that he's transformed the Gangster Disciples into a community service organization called Growth and Development. He also influenced Chicago's controversial Gang Summit of October 1993 so that he and the other elders can lead the youth toward political power. It is unclear what faction of the gang the 48 indicted disciples had in Atlanta and Tennessee. More information will be released here on Low Culture TV as it comes in.